So I run an AI software studio called Hyper Specific, and just last week I took on a new client who paid me $15,000 to build out a full custom software for them, plus $1,500 a month to manage it. And the crazy part is, I'm not a developer and I don't even know how to code. I'll be using AI, more specifically Claude Code, to build out the entire thing. And in this video, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be doing for this client, how I'll be building their software without knowing how to code, just using AI. And I'll show you how to find your own high ticket clients who will pay you $5, $10, even $15,000 to build out these softwares for them. And all you have to do is speak plain English into Claude Code and tell it what problems to solve. So let's get into it. Hey, real quick, I actually put together an entire PDF guide showing you how to start your software tailor business and close your first high ticket client. So there is everything in this guide, from how to start to sales scripts you can use, to different questions you can ask these businesses to find their problems, what to price for your services, different niches you can go after, real solutions you can actually build, basically everything you need to start and close your first high ticket client within 30 days. So if you want this, it's completely free. Just click the link down in the description below and I'll send it to you. But now back to the video. So how the heck was I able to charge $15,000 plus a retainer for one software that I'll be using AI to build out? Well, this is actually for a fire inspection company, and they have so much to manage when it comes to paperwork and compliance and scheduling inspections and their calendar, etc. And they were prepared to hire an employee who would have cost them at least $55,000 to manage their back-end office. And so I'm building them out a software that basically solves this problem and replaces that employee, making this a no-brainer. Now, here is the hidden opportunity that nobody sees, because Opus 4.1 just handed out winning lottery tickets for anybody paying attention. Now, if you don't know what Opus 4.1 is, that's basically Anthropic's or Claude Code's smartest AI coding model. And it just scored a 74.5% on the software engineering benchmark, which puts it at the level of a senior level developer. So this is crazy, because for $20 a month, everybody now has access to a senior level developer in their back pocket. Now, you pair this with the fact that last time I checked, Claude Code only had 115,000 users globally. Now, this is growing rapidly every day, paired with the fact that there are 30 million small businesses just in the United States that need solutions. This has created the opportunity of a lifetime to build out custom software solutions for these businesses using AI to do all of it for you for very low cost and a very little amount of time. Now, I'm not a developer, as I said in the beginning. I'm not technical. I'm just a problem solver. I'm an entrepreneur who spots problems and uses Claude Code as my tool to solve these problems. Now, let's talk about why I'm not focused on AI automations that everybody's been talking about for the past 2 years, and N8N and Make.com. Well, the problem with AI automations is you become the system. You are the one that learns these platforms, and you're the one that has to build it out for them. You might get a call at 2 a.m. if something is broken or something goes wrong, and it's your problem to fix it. And also, they are forever dependent on you, because you're the one that's trained on the system. You're the one that manages it. So you're the one that has to fix it. And honestly, AI automations most of the time require more technical expertise because you can't just speak plain English to build out these systems. Now, the beauty of custom software and why I believe it's substantially better than AI automations is because you build it once and then you hand over the keys to them just like any other software. You make it intuitive, you make it user-friendly, you adapt it to their workflows, you train them on it, and then you give it to them and they manage it themselves, eliminating the need for them to constantly bug you for every little issue or every little problem. They manage the entire thing themselves. All you're required to do is, of course, build it and make sure it works and solves the problem. And lastly, the best part is I only have to build this once and sell it forever. So I'm willing to bet that there are thousands and thousands more fire inspection companies that have similar workflows and the same problem as this client. So all I have to do is build this out for the first client, make sure it solves their problem, and then I can go and sell it to the rest of the fire industry. And the beauty is, because it's a software, it's highly scalable. I don't have to micromanage every little automation, and I can just focus on getting more clients and growing my business. Now, I coined a term I like to call software tailor. And this is fitting because you're simply building out tailored softwares for these businesses that solve their exact problems. You are not a developer. You don't have to know a ton of technical skills or be a coder. And honestly, that's mattering less and less and less every day anyways, when AI can do it all for us. The number one skill you need to have is to be able to spot problems and know how to solve these problems using AI. So a tailor doesn't manufacture fabric. They measure and use a sewing machine. So Claude Code is your sewing machine for software software. And that's why I believe this is the opportunity of our generation, because you don't have to know all these technical skills anymore. You simply have to know how to spot problems and think in solutions to become a software tailor. So now let me give you some real world examples of businesses' problems you can solve and charge a lot of money for. So category one is businesses doing manual everything. And my fire inspection client falls into this category. Businesses stuck on admin work instead of revenue generating activities like finding more leads and closing more clients. So things like using Excel for inventory, using manual paper forms or manually filling out PDFs, using messengers for all of their communications that are isolated from the rest of their system, and sticky notes for tasks. So every manual process is a $10,000 and above opportunity. Now, for my fire inspection client, they can't grow their business and get more clients because they're spending so much time doing paperwork. That's why I was able to charge $15,000 and above for this solution. Category number two is businesses that are using multiple applications that could be solved with one tailored software. So Frankenstein systems that barely work, that leak revenue, that make it messy to manage your business, and there's data all over the place, not to mention how much you're paying each month for the subscriptions. And so businesses are willing to pay a lot of money to have one cohesive system they can easily manage, they can easily see all of their data in one place. And honestly, you're just providing the infrastructure for their business. And lastly, category number three is they simply don't want to hire employees. And I'm finding this to be the most painful and the most common problem for these businesses, because hiring is the biggest problem of them all. So just for a second, let's talk about if this fire inspection client of mine would have hired an employee. So they would have spent at least 3 months training this employee, getting them up to speed on compliance, on their workflows, on fire inspection law. They would have had to pay them $55,000 plus benefits to manage the entire back end of their business. This employee is only going to be working 40 hours a week max, which is an issue because sometimes this fire inspection company gets emergency calls in the middle of the night. And the biggest problem is this employee can quit at any time. So you can spend months and a ton of resources training this employee, paying this employee just for them to randomly quit one day. And that's what makes a custom software so appealing for these businesses, is because it works immediately. It solves the problem immediately. You only have to charge them $15,000 once to set it up rather than $55,000 a year. It works 24/7, 365. So if this fire inspection client gets a call at the middle of the night, they're not having to do all the work themselves. The software will still do it for them. And then the biggest benefit is it never quits. It's a software, so it's with you for life. It's tailored to your specific workflows, and it won't quit on you randomly. So why $15,000 is a no-brainer for this client? Because as we just talked about, they would have had to spend all this money, all this time, all these resources training an employee when they could just have a software do it all for them for much, much less money. Now, the biggest benefit to you as a software tailor is you can easily stack revenue with one single client, increasing their lifetime value. So this $15,000 client could easily become a $50,000 client in the future. So we solve the core problem for $15K, right? We free up their time, we automate a lot of their workflows, we solve a lot of headaches and make their life easier. But if that's solving that core problem and they're happy with that and they're making more money and they're freeing up more time, of course they're going to want more from us. And so we can always add things on, like an AI chatbot in the future, being paid $10,000 for that, or a mobile app for $15K, or analytics for $8K, or integrations for $5K. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. And so another beauty of this business model is you have these massive lifetime value per client. Now, again, the reason why you can charge this much is because you have a senior level developer in your back pocket. Claude Code will do everything. All you have to do is tell it what you want. So it'll build a full application, connect the database, user authentication, mobile optimization, create logo and branding, payment processing, email notifications, admin dashboards, API integrations, and more. And this is an example of a real prompt. You can simply say, add a button that sends an email to the customer with their invoice attached when clicked. So pretty freaking insane that we now have the ability to do this, and then I'm building out this full application just by speaking plain English into AI. Now, a question will probably be, well, why can't they do this if it's so easy? And great question. Here are 6 reasons why they need you, the software tailor. So A, they're literally just simply too busy. So they're running their business full time. My fire inspection client is busy inspecting buildings and making sure they're safe for fires. They don't have time to learn this stuff. B, they don't understand AI. AI sounds kind of intimidating to a lot of business owners. It sounds like a foreign language and they'd rather just hire an expert. C, they have no idea how to prompt, and this is a problem for most people. They don't know how to prompt, and AI, you get out what you put in. So they simply just don't know what to tell AI to get what they want. D, they are used to paying to solve problems. And so as a business owner, they want to focus on what they do best, running their business. So they're very used to and acclimated to solving people a lot of money to solve their problem. An example of this is accountants. Every business has access to QuickBooks and could do it themselves, but they don't want to. So they pay a professional thousands of dollars to do it for them. And lastly, they just want results. So they don't care about the coding or the technicals of this or how we do it. They just want their problem solved. Now, your superpower as a software tailor and what makes this so powerful is you literally have the perfect offer, and it's the easiest offer to sell in the world. You can simply listen to their problem and say, I will build you a software that solves exactly what you just told me. And the cherry on top is there is still a very high perceived value with software because traditionally it's been so expensive to build. Businesses are used to paying a lot of money when they hear the word software. Now, to make this stupid simple, there are over 30 million businesses in the US alone. All you need is 10 clients at $15,000 per client, and you could easily make $150,000 a year. You don't have to know how to code. You don't need a computer science degree. You just need common sense plus the ability to listen to these business owners' problems. Now, here are real examples of solutions that you could sell today. A practice tells you patients fill out the same form every time they visit. Well, you could tell them, I will build you a software that digitizes the forms and auto-populates if they've been here before. A gym tells you, I can't track all of my clients' workouts. Well, you can build a custom workout tracking app that tracks all of their workouts and all of their progress. Apartment building complex owner tells you maintenance requests are coming in from everywhere. You can build them one cohesive portal for all maintenance requests. A delivery business tells you their routes are never efficient enough. Well, you can build them a software that uses AI to scan maps and optimizes their routes. Another business tells you our documents are sent everywhere from all over the place. Well, you can charge a lot of money just by building one secure client portal that makes everything much easier. And lastly, let's say a construction company tells you they're still giving out paper quotes and using Excel to track everything, which you'd be surprised how many businesses are still using paper and Excel to manually track everything. Well, you can build out an expensive solution that solves this core problem and manages everything. Now, here is your software tailor playbook. And again, the entire detailed playbook is down in the description below for free. And it has everything from how to start your business, how to land your first high ticket client, and then scaling your software tailor business to 6 figures. So step 1 is find actual business problems. You never start building before you find the problems because this will actually validate the problem and tell you what to build. Step 2 is you ask the magic question. So you literally say, walk me through how you currently handle this problem or this process. And what they tell you is the gold that you use to craft the software and to make the offer. Step 3 is, again, you have the perfect offer because you can literally say, I will build a software that solves what you just told me. Step 4 is you price on value. So even though this costs you very little money to do and very little time to do with Claude Code, you never price on what it costs you. You price on the value that you're providing to the business, which is tens and tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars for this software. Step 5, of course, you build out the entire thing with Claude Code. You don't do any coding whatsoever. You use AI to build it. And then step 6, you upsell maintenance, you upsell features or integrations or any new added bonuses that they want in the future, allowing this one client to possibly worth tens of thousands of dollars to you. Now, I don't have some course to sell you, but the clock is ticking on this because more and more people are finding out about Claude Code every single day. And today, you can walk into any business and make an offer to this business owner that they've never heard before. You can literally say, I'll build you a custom software for 85% less than everyone else that solves your exact problem. But as more people catch on to AI and its coding abilities, this offer won't be special forever. Because again, there's a relatively small amount of Claude Code users today, but in just a year's time, that could be millions and you could have a lot more competition. Now, here is my challenge to you. Sign up for Claude Code right away. Just start building stuff, tinkering with it, get familiar with how the platform works. Tomorrow, start just talking to local businesses, have conversations with them, learn what their struggles are, start getting an idea of what solutions that you can provide this week. Make your first offer to actually build out something for a business, test the waters. And by next month, you could have your first $10,000 client. Now, lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description below to get the complete software tailor playbook with everything you need to close your first $15,000 client with step-by-step instructions. And it's completely free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I am simply simply providing value in hopes of growing my brand here on YouTube. So this has everything you need, from discovery questions to finding expensive problems you can charge for, to finding leads, to pricing, to copy and paste Claude Code prompts you can use to build out professional softwares, to everything you need to closing your first high ticket client in the first 30 days and scaling your software tailor business. So thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you got value out of it, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe and just a comment with feedback on what you thought of the video. This helps me make better videos for you in the future. But again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.